Hello and welcome. This is EDC with Oaken and Kane. I'm Kane, coming to you today from the living room, showing you my current setup that I use to help maintain my knives, strap my knives, keep them in good functional condition, clean, and also help try to prevent rust and corrosion for my current everyday carry setup. Obviously, this can differ depending on each person. Everyone has their likes and dislikes for what they can use to clean or maintain their knives. Several other good channels to look up for this would be Metal Complex, as well as obviously Nick Shabazz. He does a ton of knife disassembly videos, and a lot of them use the same type of products as well. One product I am missing today is the blue Loctite. Usually I like to use those when I'm assembling and disassembling my knives, but I cannot find it, so I'll probably have to reorder that. But I'll start off with just some of the tools that I use to disassemble and maintain my knives. Starting over here, which Metal Complex also talks a lot about this, is the Weha bit selector. This comes from, I believe it's a T5, nope, T6. T6 and then T5 to T30 and all the sizes in between. It's a good sort of kit to use for the bits and for the bolts of the knife, especially the pivot and the small little body screws. I do like this Weha bit set just because I feel like the bits are higher quality. I've used several other brands and they've either stripped the screws or stripped the bits. These bits were made, I believe, are supposed to be made in Germany, but it seems like over some of my research recently they are making some of them in Vietnam and a couple other places, but this is a nice little set that also comes with a magnetic head, and you can use this at the end of the bit selector if you'd like to. I paired mine with this Weha 1/4 stubby magnetic little bit holder. I like it rubberized, gets you good purchased, and magnetically holds the bits. So I've been a big fan of this so far. I think I ordered this after having trouble with some of my other bits and at Metal Complex's recommendation. You should check out his channel if you have not yet. I also have used this iFixit tool, especially when I need to use, or I have a free spinning pivot. Sometimes you need more than one, let's say a T8 bit on this side, and have to use the T8 bit on the other side as well while using at the same time. So sometimes you do need more than just the one T8 bit. So some of these sets only come with one of each. So sometimes it is handy to have something to hold the other side when you have a free spinning pivot. And I did have to use that recently on a knife. I believe it was a ZT-0562 when I was taking it apart. So that came in handy. I got this actually when I was trying to disassemble an iPhone a few years ago. So it is a pretty handy kit. I believe this one is the 26-bit driver kit. I don't know if they sell it anymore. I got it either on iFixit.com or Amazon. I'll try to put the link below. But I think their kits range from about $30 to $35 to $69. This Weha bit kit, I believe it's around $20 to $21 depending on where you can find it. And this stubby Weha little Torx screwdriver set, or Torx stubby bit, is about $12.99 I believe on Amazon with Prime shipping. I also use, I've used a couple, but my current lube of choice is Knife Pivot Lube. They come in now two different varieties. They have the heavy and the regular. I use the regular mainly on the pivot, the ceramic, like the detent balls, things like that. This I use mainly on the, I actually mainly use the heavy on the detent ball and the detent track. So the heavy is nice because it will stay sort of stay in one spot, stay lubricated, and really helps where it won't move around or just get washed out easily. So it's nice to have on that detent ball track that's constantly touching or going against the blade. So I switch off. I use both of these on the knives currently. The regular KPL is $13.99, and I think the KPL Heavy is around $16.99. I'll put the links below for that as well. It's always good when you're cleaning a find to have something to get into the small crevices, so I just use some Q-tips, as well as when you're cleaning off dirty stuff. Isopropyl alcohol works very well, gets all the oil, grease, and everything off. Sometimes just use a regular cloth, paper towel, or I do like the little squares you can get sometimes for like cleaning firearms, scopes, things like that. They're very cheap and useful to have. I think it's always important also to have a good set of microfiber cloths. As you can see here, I've used this microfiber cloth a lot with this EDCI formula from Aegis Solutions. This is spray on, rub on. It really helps with corrosion resistance and keeping the steel of the knife nice and maintained. I also use it on the body, especially when I have like a steel pocket clip or any like hardware that you're worried about rust or corrosion resistant. It's very nice to just help, you know, ease your mind and prevent rust. So you really just spray it on, leave it for a second, and then start rubbing it in and just help protect the knife. So I do like this, especially with knives such as M4 or something that is more prone to patina, to rust, to try to prevent those rust spots. And I would recommend just using one specific cloth for this, because it will turn your cloth green after a little bit of use. So I usually wipe with that and then clean it off with another one, and it really seems to help protect, especially in the elements. We live in the southeast currently, where the humidity is insane, so it's very useful to have something like the Aegis EDCI solution. I believe this is about $11.99, but it seems very difficult to find. I think Blade HQ and a couple other places are out of stock, and even currently are on their website. So when it does show up, I recommend trying to pick it up. They also have some 1 ounce bottles that may be a little bit cheaper, but I use it so much. I think this is a 4 fluid ounce. So I like that. I also have a Blade HQ microfiber, which is very soft and helpful for some of the knives. Really, most microfibers will work, but this isn't. I think this came with one of my orders from Blade HQ. It's a very nice size, very soft, and definitely won't scratch anything. So that's a nice thing. Lastly, I don't usually sharpen my knives. I'll either have a friend do it, send them off, send them to the manufacturer, things like that. But I do like to strop my knives. This is actually, I believe, the 8-inch, or yeah, around 8-inch strop from Knives Plus. This is strop block. I really like this strop block. Works very well. They send it in this packaging here, and it is about, I believe, $24.95 or something, and it tells you how, from Knives Plus, how they made it, what to look for in a strop block, and actually how to strap your knives, what to do, and how to use it. So it's really nice. It's worked really well, and it really does give a nice razor edge if you just touch it up every once in a while. Usually I do 5 or 6 on each side swipes, and then clean it off nicely, and has a nice razor edge. So I do really like that as well. So far I think that's my current setup for maintaining, cleaning, and keeping my knives up to par for everyday carry. I know your results may vary, and I'll put as much of the links in the product description as I can to help you out, and then I'll also come back sometime and show you a video of me actually disassembling and cleaning one of these knives. But I want to just keep this short to show all the quick products that I have and that I use currently to clean, maintain, and help keep my knives in good working condition so they'll last much longer. Thanks so much for coming by my living room today, and hope you have a great day. Thanks.